Well, hello everyone. We are so excited to be here today. Happy book birthday to the Of the Deep Mermaid Anthology. We are so dang excited. We have three of our four authors here, six stories in all inside of our anthology. We are hanging out with the fabulous Elle Beaumont and Amber R. Dual. Ladies, how you doing today?
Good.
I'm super excited because the anthology is out. We have had quite the road with this anthology. For those of you who are excited for this, you are ready for this, we do have this available today. So you can actually go to ofthedeep.crescentseapublishing.com to get kicked over to all of the buying platforms where you can get your hands on the ebook. The print version of this book is now available. We had just a little bit of a hiccup with the hardcover version, so that should be up in the next, hopefully, 24 hours for you guys. Inside, we've got amazing artwork. We've got 6 different stories, and we're so excited. Today, we're hanging out for our mermaid party. So, ladies, we are talking all about mermaids today. I'm really, really excited. And if you guys are joining us at home, thank you so much for being here. We do appreciate seeing you. Leave us a little comment love. Let us know who you are and what you love most about mermaids. Or you can tell us your favorite mermaid story. We would love to hear from you, whether you are live with us now or on our rebroadcast here on facebook.com/KM Robinson Books, or over on YouTube or on our blog. So sound off and let us know, what is your favorite mermaid story. Ladies, how are we doing? Are we mertastic today?
Yes. I'm all merred out today.
Oh, fancy. We're so fancy today. We are kind of all dressed up and ready to go in our mermaid ways today. We've got our pearls, we've got our shells. We're super excited. I am thrilled to pieces. We're going to talk all about these different stories. So before we jump into games, before we jump into the artwork, because we are showing you behind the scenes of the artwork, we're going to be talking just a little bit about the different stories inside of the Deep Mermaid anthology. So let's jump in. We're going to go in order of the appearance in the books, which means I get to do more talking first. Yay me! My first story inside of the Deep Mermaid anthology is called The Origins of the Siren War. It is actually the prequel novella to my series, The Siren Wars Saga, and it takes place a century beforehand. It is my main character's great-great-grandmother, and we are learning what happened to cause the Siren Wars that take place inside of my series. So we've got a girl who is a mer princess and her cousin. They are friends with the human prince. They have an alliance. They are very good friends, but unfortunately something bad happens when the mermaid's cousin kind of falls for the human and believes that her love can bring him into the water and allow him to breathe so that he can be with her. Unfortunately, he almost drowns, and my mermaid, Isla, has to save him. But when things go south, it starts a war between the humans and the mermaids. And unfortunately, the mer then split off into the mer and the sirens. So the ones that want to hurt the humans and the ones that don't want to hurt the humans. And we see the origins of this war. So I'm super excited for this one. This was actually the first part I wrote of the Siren Wars saga. And then I wrote the main part of the series. So I'm really excited for you guys to meet Isla and Troy and Persephone and Prince Jarek and see what happens there. Now, our next book is written by Elle Beaumont. It is called Brotherhood of the Sea. Elle, tell us a little bit about it.
So this story follows two brothers, Cregan and Jaeger, and they are very talented sea witches in this mer kingdom called Selith. And they have an ongoing treaty with the humans above in regard to they leave the island, which is called No Man's Island, and they agree to leave this island alone because it belongs to the mer. It's where they worship their god, and it's very sacred to them. The humans end up breaking this treaty, and the two brothers, along with the local coven, the Galathea coven, they decide to fight back. And together a war breaks out, and the two brothers hold very different views on how to save their kingdom and what is sacred to them. So it just, this is the origin to another story that I have later on in the book, but it just follows these two brothers and what they're willing to sacrifice of themselves and for their country or their kingdom.
So after Elle's story, we actually get to go over to Amber's story. It is called Blood Scales. Amber, tell us a little bit about your story.
It is set in modern day, and the main character overhears her father saying that they found a mermaid off the coast, and she's always wanted to see a mermaid. So of course she goes and gets her best friend, and they go and investigate, and they find the mermaid, and poachers show up. So they try to save the mermaid, and all this stuff. There's a twist. So I'm just gonna stop talking. But yes.
Fantastic. After Amber's story, we move on to Tales You Lose, which is by E.J. Hagedorn. He is not with us today, but I will tell you just a little bit about his story. It is about this young woman who has an interesting job, and she actually ends up going to a gentleman's home who has passed, and she is going through his things. She kind of does this antique shop type deal, and she is looking for different things that she can sell in her shop. Now, while she's there, she discovers some rather interesting things. She cannot get this mermaid tale out of her mind. And so later that evening, she has a little bit of an idea, and things happen, and mermaid things happen. And that is all I'm going to say about it. It is rather interesting. You definitely have to check it out. After EJ's story, we actually move on to Binding of the Sea by Elle Beaumont. So Elle, back to you.
This takes place after a few centuries from the Brotherhood, and this is when a trial begins, and all of the talented Mer come together and fight to win this title of the champion Sea Witch, and then the second place winner. And during this time, secrets from the past come back to haunt Seleth. And again, another war breaks out, and they're trying to figure out how to subdue this secret that rises from the deep.
It sounds so ominous right there.
It is. It really is.
The secret that rises from the deep.
Oh, he or it does. Yeah, like this little creature back here.
Once we get through Elle's final story, we actually move on to my final story. It is called The Sinking, and this is actually a Little Mermaid retelling with a serious twist. It is about a girl named Kara. Her family owns an antique/pawn shop type deal, and she happens to be working it one particular day when an old woman comes in and she tries to pawn off this necklace, and she spins some story about how if it touches the water, you'll turn into a mermaid, and whatever, moving on. She needs money to help her son with something, and so she pawns off her necklace and she leaves. Kara goes about her day, and when she goes home, the old woman had actually made her try on the necklace. She's unfortunately still carrying this necklace, and when she goes to take it off to put it in her bag, it slips into the water. She tries to catch it, and she tumbles into the ocean, gets dragged out to sea, and discovers she's been turned into a mermaid. She very quickly meets a merman named Quay, who turns out to be the Mer Prince, and he volunteers to take Kara to his mother, the Sea Queen, to get her legs back. Now they get there, it's a fabulous experience, but Kara quickly discovers things are not quite as they appear, and maybe she cannot trust everyone she thinks that she can trust. Maybe she can, we don't really know, but it is a Little Mermaid twisted story. It's a little bit dark, because that's what I do, I guess. And I'm really excited for it. I had some great feedback from it. So we are incredibly excited for you to read all 6 of the stories inside of the Deep Mermaid anthology. It is such a great read. It is not incredibly long, so this is not something that's going to take you a year and a half to read. You can get through all the stories rather quickly. And inside of our story, inside of the printed versions of our story, we actually have a little bit of a surprise. But before we get there, we do have a quick request for you. If you are loving this, if you are enjoying this, do us a favor. Hit the share button, because we want you to let your friends know that you are totally loving on these mermaid stories, and we want to get the word out about the Deep Mermaid anthology. 6 stories, 4 authors, some incredible surprises on the printed version interior, and we're actually going to bring you just a little bit of those surprises right now. So if you're excited, do us a favor, hit the share button. And I can see that we've got some fabulous people joining us here. We can tell that you are here, but not who you are. So do us a favor, leave us some comment love so we can give you a shout out and let us know, what is your favorite thing about mermaids? Let us know. Is it their tails? Is it their hair? Is it a different story? Tell us what you are loving about mermaids, because we're talking all about mermaids today. So we are jumping into our surprises on the inside of our anthology, and that is the fact that we actually have artwork inside of our anthology. Now, it is black and white inside of our anthology. I'm just going to flip through that real quick, and you didn't see a single one. That's all right. There is some fabulous artwork inside of here. We're actually going to give you a look at the colorized version. So most of these images were sent in by some incredible artists, and they sent them in color. You can actually view these on our website in color. However, we're going to show you right now. Now, they were printed in black and white inside of the book because that's just the way the books work. But we are going to be showing you, oh, sorry, wrong button there. We are going to be showing you the artwork right now. So let me go ahead and pull that up on screen and pop that up so that you can see this incredible artwork. Let me bring that up to full screen for us. Maybe we're going to pull it up to full screen for us. There we go, and I'm going to take my frame off so that you can see the entire thing. And here we have our gorgeous artwork. This is by author Alicia Gale, and it's called Serenity. It is so, so pretty. This is actually one of the first pieces that was sent into us. And as you can see, she's done an incredible job with this. We also have, if my thing wants to switch. Hey, J.M. Sullivan, thanks so much for joining us. We do appreciate you being here. Our next artwork is by Madeline Elwood. This is a gorgeous image, actually based on one of Elle's stories. Take a look at that.
It's Zinnia.
It is. We've got this gorgeous blue mermaid, also from Madeline Elwood. She did a great job with this. We absolutely love this. Give us a shout out in those comments if you are adoring these images. This one was super fun. We loved getting this one. This is our only merman art piece inside of the anthology. He is pretty dang awesome looking. If you are totally loving on our merman, go ahead and give us a shout out. This is by Miriam Neal.
I absolutely love that piece.
Right? Isn't it?
Whenever I saw that piece, I was like, oh my gosh.
I mean, let's just take a minute to appreciate that hair. Can we just appreciate the hair there?
And the muscles. I mean, come on. Like, let's be real. Never mind the hair. Look at the muscles. That's
I know when we're talking about merman, it's all about the abs. We know.
It's all about the abs. I mean, look at the biceps, the pecs, the abs. I mean, the whole picture, really.
It is rather fantastic. JM is hanging out with us, and she is saying, so excited for this anthology. Thank you so much. We are excited for it, too. Our next image is actually Isla from my story Origin of the Siren War. This was created by artist Millennium Genesis, and she actually got to read the story and create this really pretty picture of my mermaid. This, too, is from Origins of the Siren Wars, and this is actually the opening scene within the story. So we've got the human prince and my two mermaids sitting on the stairs having a conversation before everything falls to pieces. If you look really closely, you can actually see tails in the water, which is pretty dang cool with the sunset, and it's just gorgeous. I love these colors. This was also by artist Millennium Genesis. Moving on to our next piece. Love, love, love this one. This is actually called Leafy Sea Dragon, but it reminds me so much of my mermaid, Kara, from The Sinking. This is by Lauren Richard, and she did an incredible job. If you are following these people on Instagram, and I highly recommend that you do, they are posting artwork like this all the time. They did such a dang good job of creating images for the anthology, but in general as well. So I highly recommend you check these people out. Their information is on the website and inside of the anthology. This was by Lou Wilhelm. This is an amazing piece, also from Elle's story. And so we've got Zinnia's Secrets, which we're really excited about. You didn't see me. You can't see me on screen right now because this is full screen, but I definitely just did this pose with my finger. And then wrapping up, we also have another version of Isla from Origins. This was by Madeline Elwood as well. You can see we've got that gorgeous coral and gold color tail. She's got her conch shell, which is a huge thing within the Siren Wars Saga series because they pass messages through those shells, and she is ready to be sending some messages to people. So we're really excited about this. We hope that you have enjoyed this little walkthrough of our artwork for the anthology. You can actually see this inside of the anthology in print. Let me go ahead and just see if I can pull up one or two maybe real quick. Yes. So there we go. We've got beautiful images, and each story has at least one mermaid in it, which we're really excited about. And let me just see if I can find another one. There we go. Here's our merman, if I can get back to him. Boom. Check that out. So we did do a walkthrough. If you want to see the entire anthology, we did have an unboxing for this. We showed off the beautiful cover and our beautiful spine and our beautiful back cover and all of our information. There's our fabulous author photos. And they look even cooler in the hardcover version. So if you are getting the hardcover version, you get a little extra fun cover love. So be sure to check that out as soon as that goes live, hopefully in the next 24 hours, just because we had that little hiccup with our printers. And we got the print paperback version up already. We're super excited about this. And the hardcover version is coming very, very soon. So guys, leave us a little comment love. Leave our artists some comment love. We will be sure to pass your praise on to them as soon as we talk to them a little bit later today. All right. So tell me, guys, are you ready for a Little Mermaid fun? Shout out in the comments. We are going to be doing some mermaid trivia. So here we go. We've got some fun questions. We're going to try to get those answered. I know that we have all attempted to get some questions together and not tell each other what they are. There's a very good chance I've stolen these ladies' questions. There's just a very good chance of that. So we will see what happens. Elle, do you want to kick this off and ask us your questions?
Okay. True or false? Mermen are supposed to be more shy than mermaids.
True.
I'll say true.
True.
Which, I mean, let's just be real. The ladies are rocking.
Well, you know, I had read about that, and the mermen allegedly never surface. They stay below the surface, and the females are power.
Yes.
Girl power.
Yes. All right. What else you got for us?
Let's see. What gem comes from mermaid tears?
You stole my question. I
know. There aren't that many.
I know. It was so hard. We all did research today, guys, and we all come up with the same things, probably. Okay, so I've heard that it was pearls. However, when I was researching today, I found it was something else. So, pearls or aquamarine is what I've heard.
See, I've not heard pearls, but I have heard aquamarine like before today. So
really? See, I had never heard aquamarine until I looked it up today, but I've heard pearls like a lot. So, interesting. Interesting.
Okay. And then my last one, because I could only pull up 3 that were like not obvious.
Wait. Before you get there, I'm just saying that Jessica is on Team Pearl. She's heard this as well, so she's backing me up today. Thank you. Go ahead. Keep going.
See, I wouldn't think that, because I would think pearls obviously come from, clams.
Right. You'd think, but I've always heard that mermaids cry pearls. Like, and if you read my book, that's something that comes up in my stories too. So,
see, pearls come from sand. In my stories, pearls actually hold memories because it's of sand, and sand has experienced things. So anyway, moving on. If you were a sailor at sea and you saw a mermaid, what did this generally mean for you?
probably something bad. Storm's coming, you're gonna die. I don't know.
Yes, essentially, it was a bad omen. If you saw a mermaid and you were at sea, a storm was coming, your ship was going to wreck, you were going to drown, something bad.
So we're hanging out in the comments here. Julie saying, yes, Jess is here with us. The party can start. And Jess is saying, yes, if you've seen mermaids, you are in trouble.
You're in deep sea trouble.
Well, guys, I think the party is all here, especially those of you who joined us yesterday. It was kind of like the five of us having a blast. So now that we're all here, let the chaos begin. Yes. Amber, I think you've got some trivia for us. You were done, right, Elle?
Yes. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Amber, do you have trivia? Or did she steal them all?
Just one of them.
Okay.
Okay, so this one is, who does Ariel visit on the surface of the ocean?
Wait, what?
Who does Ariel visit on the surface of the ocean?
On the surface of the ocean. Scuttle, right?
Scuttle, yeah, Scuttle. Yeah.
I had to think about that. I'm like,
I know. I'm like, wait, on the rock with all the thingamabobs.
Okay, my second and last is, which famous explorer said he saw a mermaid during his explorations of the Caribbean?
Christopher Columbus.
Yeah, I read that one this morning.
We all went to the same site, man.
I know. They all repeat themselves. Wait, you might have, do you have some that we don't have, Cam?
I do.
Okay, because we probably know that too, because we were probably at the same.
Very much probably the same thing. So I was reading this morning as I was looking up my mermaid trivia, and I have determined, according to multiple sites, that the original mermaid was actually a goddess story that came from what country?
Assyria.
Yeah. yes, it was. And her name was Arctic Goddess.
Yeah.
I just pulled up the website because I had it in the lower corner of my screen. I'm like, I'm going to look it up and say it right. And she was a fertility goddess. So, yes. Surprise. But actually, as I was reading, there was, and I'm actually probably going to look this one up too, just to double check because I'm going to get it wrong. There we go. The original mermaid was actually predated by a god named Onus. And where was he from?
Greece.
Good question. Good luck with that.
Greece?
Babylonian. Oh, he was a Babylonian god. Yep. And he predated the Syrian goddess by several thousand years. And I literally just read that from a website. So
I read that, but I did not see where he was from. So yeah, because I was like, she probably has that one.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much that we can do, unfortunately. But yeah, that's okay because now our story is our legacy, and people will look that up. Croatia, Jess is saying, good call. You guys did some research. We had to because we didn't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Apparently, mermaids' tails actually change colors depending on their mood. It's like a mood ring. Yeah.
I saw that.
They're like chameleons or something. Don't go after her, okay? She's in a bad mood. Her tail's black.
That would be a great way to kind of keep people out of our space, though, wouldn't it? All right, guys. Right? If you are here with us live, or if you're on the rebroadcast, let us know what color tail you would have if you were a mermaid or a merman. Because we're obviously talking about mood-changing tails. So let's just assume you get one base color and then you change. What would your color tail be? Amber, what color tail would you have?
Purple. Metallic-y purple.
I like it. Elle?
I'm torn between having like a coral tail and having a black and hot pink with some purple in it.
You're like very showy. You're like black and hot pink.
Yes, I'm very like, it has to be, because you know, like when you're deep in the sea, it has to have like that bioluminescent look to it. So
that's true. Well, if that's the case, I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna have a glowing blue and silver tail. Thank you. No, I have no idea. I am really bad at answering this question. I frequently say my mermaid colors for my different mermaids in my different books. And that is because I never could decide. So I have one that's golden coral. I have one that's purple and like silver-ish. I have one that looks like a lionfish, which is actually probably not what I would pick, but is really pretty dang cool. I also feel like blues and green tones would be kind of neat for me. I don't know. But I also kind of like the idea of having black and being like this shadow spy mer, which is kind of a thing.
Yeah, why not just have like your mood, have it be like your mood tail, and there you go. It would cover all your bases.
I would just be totally okay with being a chameleon mermaid and just being able to change my tail color.
Like, imagine that. That would be really cool. Like those little scuttlefish. What are they called? I think it's scuttlefish. They actually like wiggle, like their little bodies wiggle, and they change colors. And it's like this amazing light show that they do, and they just like go through different colors. Imagine doing that with like your hair and your tail. That would be so beautiful.
That would be so much fun. Like, let's just show of hands, guys here who are hanging out with us. Would you totally love changing your hair color just because you felt like it and just kind of? I would love that. I think that'd be so cool. We've got people in the comments. Jessica is saying, "What? Oh, sorry, it moved on me. What color is super sassy but hates people and socializing?" I don't know, but I feel like I would probably go with that tail too, maybe just a little bit. What do you think, Gal? Pick a color.
I would say that would be something like a hot pink, like a neon green, like the neon colors, like stay away, but I will bite.
Keep back. Yes. Yeah. I like that.
Like a spider, and I know this is not about them, but like a spider and Muppet type of deal.
We've actually had this conversation before where I was trying to give all of my main characters from my different series mermaid tail colors. And we had a conversation about what Spider and Muppet would do for My Little Miss Muppet retelling Along Came a Spider. So it would definitely, I feel like that would definitely work out for that. Jessica is also saying Julie's tail would be super sparkly. We all know this to be fact. Julie is saying that Jessica, you should have a really pretty one that turns into spikes if people get too close. Ooh, I like it. That's actually pretty good. Wait, let's get fancy with these tails, guys. We've got a beautiful tail, and then if you annoy us, the barbs come out.
Like a stingray. Yeah.
Oh, that could be fun. That could be fun. Jess is in the comments saying yes. All right, lots of fun questions about our tails. Let's talk for a minute about the rest of our mermaid appearance. What color hair would we have? Like, if we got to choose any color hair, what color hair would we go with for mermaids? I personally, I think I would go with like a pink or a purple color just because I've always wanted to get fun hair colors with my hair, and I've never done it because I've always been so scared about ruining my hair because I actually like my natural hair. So I've never dyed my hair, but if I were going to, it'd be like a light pink or like a light purple. I just feel like that'd be really cool. What about you, Amber?
I would want silver to purple, like that ombre.
Oh, I like that. Oh, that's a good call. That would go with your tail, too.
Exactly.
Elle, how about you?
I would have an ombre effect of probably like a fire engine red and into a coral. So, and I think that would go with having like my purple tail, too.
Everybody's so much more fancy than I am. Jess is in the comments saying blonde with maybe ombre into a deep red and sparkly accents. Oh, fancy. Very fancy. I like it. Very nice. So maybe I have to revise mine and be like ombre purple, ombre pink. Because really, let's be honest. When we go on Pinterest and we look for mermaid hair, that is what we go for. And I'm just a little bit too lame to think of it on the fly. So... All right, let's talk a little bit about the behind the scenes of the anthology. We want to talk about some of the inspiration behind our stories. Julie wants to talk about glitter and highlights. So let's talk about the glitter and highlights of our story and also our tales. Elle, tell us a little bit about your stories and give us some behind the scenes looks into it.
So the inspiration of this story was actually, I wanted to give the mermaids of Neverland a story, and not really a well-known fact, this. And I was like, I wanted to give a story, like an origin story to Neverland. And I wanted everybody to see the mermaids aspect to it and what happened to this island. So it started with the island belonging to these mermaids and how sacred it was to them. And eventually it became a prison for the crew of Neverland. And then that is kind of like the origin of Brotherhood of the Sea. And then the binding is centuries later, that secret rises and all the truth comes tumbling out and they kind of have to rush to fix everything.
All right, Amber, tell us a little bit about the behind the scenes of your story.
Well, I was thinking about like what if mermaids were actually real? Like what would that change, in real life, I guess. And then I was like, people are kind of evil and they would totally be poaching them. But then, there would be people that were protecting them too. So I decided to do one of each in the book.
Fantastic. All right, so switching over to me, if I can switch over my screen here, because doing lots of things at once. There we go. Hey. So let's talk about the origin of the Siren War. I did tell you a little bit about this already. This was the prequel novella to the Siren War saga. The first book is already out. Second book comes out in 2 weeks. Third book comes out in July. Super excited for this. And I actually wrote the origin story first. So I wanted to take a look at what happened to cause the Siren Wars. So I knew the Siren Wars were already happening inside of the saga. I knew that it was coming to a head and that the sirens and the mermaids had been separated from the humans for a very long period of time, and then they were going to come crashing back together. So I wanted to discover what really happened to separate them and to cause this war that then overtakes the entire series of the Siren War saga. And so I wrote Isla's story first, and we talked about Persephone, who was her cousin. We talked about her aunt, who is really the instigator of this war. We talked about the human prince Jarek and his mother and what really happened there to start this war and how it was kind of an accident and then a misunderstanding and then a very intentional thing that caused a lot of drama and really split the 3 sections into their different groups. And so I kind of wanted to tell this origin story, and I wanted to do that before I wrote the actual series so that I would have that to build on within the series. So we actually get to see some really cool stuff inside of the origins of the Siren Wars. I'm a big, big fan of Isla, and she's very, very different than my mermaid Selena inside of the main Siren Wars series. But they are related, and we get to learn a lot more about Isla within the Siren Wars saga main series. But we get to really see her story and Troy's story within this particular novella, which I'm really excited about. The other story is The Sinking, which, like I said, that is going to be my my retelling of The Little Mermaid. And it didn't necessarily start out as a retelling. I did want to have some hints and nods to the original version of The Little Mermaid and kind of the Little Mermaid that we've grown up with. But I didn't necessarily set out to make it a retelling. So I did have these hints and nods, but I wasn't under the impression that this was necessarily a retelling. It was a very loose-based retelling that had some definite nods to it, and then I twisted it. When I gave it to my beta readers, they all came back and said, "This is a retelling, right?" And I said, "Yes, it is." And so the retelling was born, and it is kind of a different story because it is more contemporary. This is a story about a girl living in our modern society, which is not something I typically write about that has been published because I have done some contemporary stuff. It's just not my go-to. And it's about a girl who has a cell phone and she has a laptop and things that my characters typically do not have within my stories. So I really liked being able to explore this new aspect of it. And then instead of it being a mermaid coming out onto land and wanting to be a human and to be with a human, we've got this human girl who is forced into the sea for reasons, and we kind of get to see her story as she's exploring the ocean under the sea and what is going on there, and that it's not nice as she has been told, as nice as she has been told, because words are hard today. But, things happen. So she has this lovely experience, and then it turns not so lovely, and things happen, and we get this really cool, interesting version of a twisted Little Mermaid with surprise endings and things. So fun times. I'm really excited about it. The Sinking is the last book inside of this anthology, and I'm really rather excited about it. So I hope you guys are excited as well. Let me bring everybody else back on screen with me. Maybe we will not. Maybe it's the Katie Show. There we go. Nope, back to me. Sorry, guys. Buttons are hard. Boom. We are super excited. Elle has her mermaid mug here. Go ahead and show that off.
I do.
You do. It's beautiful. What does your mermaid mug say?
We were mermaid for each other.
Which is super cute. I actually have a mermaid mug here too. I just got this one from Charming Charlie a couple days ago. It says, I want to be where the people aren't. Which I wholeheartedly support right now. Go ahead,
That's
guys.
why we write. That is why we write. We don't want to deal with people. We deal with fictional people, which is hard enough.
That is true. Ladies, did your characters give you any trouble while you were writing?
Yeah, actually, I had, interestingly enough, I actually had a character that cropped up. I felt like the story was missing something, and this is in The Binding of the Sea. And I had no intention of keeping this character or even like really allowing this character to live outside of this one moment. And they weren't going to get a name or anything. And he wheedled his way in. He wasn't a jerk about it, but he was just like, no, I'm actually going to become Zinnia's best friend, and you can't do anything about it. So he swam his way into the story, and he stays in the story. And another character of mine, Prince Rory, he didn't want to let go. He was not like Jack. He really never let go. He wasn't going to sink into the abyss.
We have a lot of Titanic references around here if you guys have not been hanging out with us. P.S. If you did not check out yesterday's Young Adult Edition episode, we were talking about sunken ships, which is off-canon relationships. We had the three of us there, and it was hilarious. Check it out. A lot of iceberg references.
Yes.
Amber, how about you? Did you have any characters fighting you along the way?
They actually behaved for this one. I don't know what kind of miracle that was. Yay.
Yeah, actually, surprisingly, I didn't have too many fights either. Sometimes I get characters very much like Els who are like, no, you're giving me a part, and it's a big part, and a name, and like, you're going to feature me now. Like, this is what's going to happen. But surprisingly, my characters kind of cooperated. They very much wanted their story told, and it worked out pretty nicely for me. It was actually pretty quick to be writing in terms of how long it takes to do things and how workflow works. And I didn't really have too many issues with this one. Although I will say that I do have a fan of the Siren War saga who wants more of the stingrays to be written into this series. And so I guess we could say that not everybody got quite the page time that fans wanted. All right. If you guys have questions for us, if you are live with us here, go ahead and let us know in the comments below. We want to hear your mermaid questions. You can ask things about our stories. You can ask things about our other stories. Whatever you want to chat about, we are happy to chat about today as we celebrate the launch day of the Deep Mermaid Anthology. We are so super excited for this. And if you are absolutely lovely, we do have a request of you. If you could be so kind and mermazing as to go ahead and hit that share button, we would highly appreciate this. We are trying to get the word out about this anthology so that we can bring new people into the world of our mermaid stories. We have some really cool stuff going on, and we would love for you to bring your friends. So hit that share button, let them know that we are talking all about mermaids today, and let us know how much you are loving this. Now, if you are live with us here or on our rebroadcast, feel free to leave us questions, leave us comments. We will be going through these both on Facebook and on YouTube and on our blogs as well, answering your questions. So if you've got questions, if you've got comments, leave us a little bit of comment love below. We would love to hear from you guys. Now, quick shout out while we're at this. This is the first of many anthologies coming out from Crescent Sea Publishing. We do have an open call right now for submissions for our Twisted Villain retellings, and we would love for you guys to come join us if you have a villain story. Deadline is in a couple of months. We're really excited for this. It is coming out this fall, and we would love to hear your twisted versions of villains. We've got some good ones coming in already, and we want to hear your take on well-known villains. So go ahead. All the details can be found at anthologies.kmrobinsonbooks.com. It'll give you all the info that you need to know on these anthologies, and we would love to hear from you guys. Now, are you excited for these anthologies? Are you a fan of anthologies? Go ahead and let us know. Jessica is in the comments saying, OMG, I'm twisted and love villains. All right, girl, so I guess you would better figure out what story you want to twist up for us and get that sent in, so that you can participate and end up right here on camera with us in just a few months as we debut our Twisted Villain anthology. We're so excited for this. It's going to be awesome. We've had such a great time creating this mermaid anthology. Ladies, let's talk a little bit about our experience with this anthology. I know this is the first time I've actually had the opportunity to really kind of spearhead an anthology. I have been involved in other anthologies, but this is the first time that I've actually been able to be the one kind of pulling it all together. And I'm so grateful that Elle got to do that with me. We got to see all the behind the scenes. We got to read all of the submissions. Did you have fun going through all of these submissions?
I really did. I mean, this is me debuting as an author. So, I mean, that was an experience in itself, and it really kickstarted my writing. But that aside, reading the submissions and looking at the submission art, I mean, that was one of my favorite parts, really. My stuff aside, like, I was really enjoying being submersed into all these different stories. And the art, I mean, that the art was just mind-blowing, really.
I know, it was so good. And we had so many submissions, too. Like, we had to really go through and pick out the ones that really fit best with the anthology. I think we did a great job of that. P.S., by the way, and our artists were so dang amazing, too. They did such great work, and we are so proud to have them inside of our anthology. But I had a ball going through some of this artwork. I know Amber got to see a little bit of it as well. Are you totally thrilled with the artwork?
Oh my gosh. I just want to hug it.
That's actually a good way to put it. And soon you will be able to. Now that our printer has decided to cooperate with us, you'll be able to hug your book and love on all the beautiful artwork inside. We're really excited about it. I am just so excited. And now I'm flipping through, looking for more artwork. Oh, there's one. Look how pretty that is. Like, that one just printed so beautifully. I just love it. They all printed so well, but it just pops. I love it. Go ahead and, guys, leave us a little comment love for the fantastic artwork and our artists. We will be passing your your comments along to our fabulous artists. And while we're here, let's take a look at our gorgeous header. So that is actually coral and bubbles, and each one has a unique bubble pattern to it, which I'm really excited about. Let's take a look at this, because this is kind of fun. Elle, close your eyes. This is Elle's, because that's what came up. Don't look, girl. This is Elle's author page, which she has not seen in person yet. Okay, you're good.
Okay, all right. Mine will be here on Friday, so.
It will. It will. So look how gorgeous that was, though. That was so pretty, and we've got that for all of our different authors, which I almost called you artists. We are artists. We're word artists. But we're really excited about this. Thank you guys so much for all of the reactions you are giving us. That does help us as we are live broadcasting to inform Facebook that this is an awesome video, and they should be sharing this with more people. Which
we are awesome, so
yes,
come on,
for reals, for reals. But the more reactions you give us, the more comments and the more shares that you give us, the more it tells Facebook's algorithm that we're cool, and that shows it to more people, which also means more people will come check out our books, which means we can write more for you guys. So make sure you are definitely helping us out there. We do appreciate it. We've got all of these beautiful, beautiful images, and I'm looking for yours, Amber. I'm trying to get to it. Let's see. Oh, artwork. Boom. Look how pretty that is. This one, again, was by Alicia Gale. She is an author friend of ours who also does retellings. You should check her out. Just a little shout out there. Boom. Amber's story. And I definitely missed her author page somewhere. So much stuff. Oh, found it. Boom, look at that. Author pages. So excited. All right, guys, leave us a little comment, love. Let us know what you want to talk about in terms of mermaids. But we are just about at the top of our hour. We have a few more minutes to hang out. So we are going to chat just for another minute or two. So if you have questions, if you have comments, now is the time to be putting them in there. And if you are with us on our rebroadcast, we still want to hear from you. Go ahead and leave us some love below. We will be checking this out in just a little bit. We are very, very excited because today is our book birthday, and I am so excited to be sharing my book birthday with the fabulous Elle Beaumont and Amber R. Jewell and EJ Hagedorn, who is not here with us, but is in spirit, because we love to do live broadcasts, and he was not available today, unfortunately, but we're all so excited to be celebrating our book birthday. Let us know in the comments, what should we do to be celebrating our book birthday? We tend to have some fun things going on book birthdays, on book launch days, but we want your ideas as well. So give us your most mermazing book birthday ideas for our anthology. Ladies, are we doing anything fun to celebrate today?
Not today, but when I do get my book, I think I will be going to the beach to collect some shells and take some beautiful photos with my copy.
That's exciting. And just kind of like a casual shout out here, Elle and I are actually in a couple of weeks going to an aquarium to celebrate too. We'll be dragging the book around with us as well. So
yes,
fun there. Amber, are you celebrating today?
I am making half moon cookies, which really has nothing to do with mermaids, but okay.
Cookies!
Listen, that's a great way to celebrate, though. We're all about that. Jessica's in the comments saying we should go for a swim, which would be so much fun, except it is really cold where I live. I am in Pennsylvania, and it is not warm enough to be in the water yet.
No. See, I'm in Massachusetts, and the water is still like 50 degrees. So I will not be going in the water with anything, not in the water, and I'm not even going to go in there with ice cream because then I would get hypothermia even faster.
We'll never let go, Elle.
No.
I do like...
I could go swimming. It's like supposed to be 92 today, I think.
That is not even fair.
See, that would offset the hypothermia that I would get from being in the water. So, a bathtub.
Jessica is saying a bathtub or a hot tub. I feel like that is maybe an acceptable substitution.
A bathtub would probably be my best bet at this point. Maybe light some shell candles around me.
Yes. There you go. There you go. Take a nice bubble bath. I feel like there's a scene in The Little Mermaid about this, right?
Yeah. She does not have shell candles, though.
Well, she's not as cool as us.
No.
Oh, goodness. But yes, so Jess is coming up with lots of fun ideas. Candles, wine, hot tub. Yes. Yes. Right now, my pool is not open. My hot tub is not open. So I'm kind of left with the bathtub, I guess. I'll go hang out in the bathtub. Maybe I'll go sit down by the pond. I'll just be like water adjacent.
Yes, I could go to the beach and just look at the water.
Yeah, because you ladies live by the beach. I don't, which is kind of a sad fact of my life, because I am the person who should be living at the beach. Like, I should live in the tropical beach wonderfulness, and I don't. I live in the northeast corner of Pennsylvania, where it's winter 6 months out of the year, and I don't belong here. In terms of celebration, I am doing Bookstagram pictures. I am doing live broadcast here with you ladies. And I'm actually going to be jumping on another live broadcast because I got the printed copies of the second book in my Siren Wars saga. So we're going to hang out with the book. We're going to do lots of fun things. And then, unfortunately, I have to take my puppies to the vet for their shots. So that kind of cuts my partying short. But that's okay. Jess is in the comments. She wants to know where we can find info to submit for the anthology. If you are interested in submitting for our villain anthology, please visit anthologies.kmrobinsonbooks.com. It does have all the info. I did see you were asking about word count. That is on the site as well. Make sure you check that out. If you need, because I know you and I are Facebook friends, you can actually message me. And are we Facebook friends? No, we're not. We might not be. I'm losing track of my friends. You can message me. Send me a DM. I will get you the link, boo. That is the way we will swing this. But yes, we would love to have people join us for our villain anthology, which is currently open to submission. It's going to be awesome. Yes. All right. So we are right at the top of our hour. We only have a few minutes left. I think it is time that we should probably pretend to wrap this up, even though we don't like leaving. We do like being here on air with you. If you would like to see more of the three of us together having fun and being crazy, go ahead and give us a shout out in the comments, because we are having planning some really cool things coming up. And make sure you check out yesterday's Young Adult Edition episode, Sunken Ships, where we kind of go after each other to talk about what ships should and should not have happened. It was fun.
Claws might have come out.
Love it. Got a little icy. It was rather entertaining. We would love for you guys to check that out. You can actually see the rebroadcast right here on Facebook.com/KMRobinsonBooks, or over on our YouTube page or on our blogs, which will actually be up soon. I did not have time to put that up yesterday because I had some surprise stuff come up. So it'll be on my blog soon. But you can check it out on YouTube. It's up there now. And right here on Facebook.com/KMRobinsonBooks. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me. I do appreciate you all being here. Jessica loves us, as you should. We're pretty dang awesome, and we love you too. Go ahead and give us a shout out with all of your love for the ladies of the Deep Mermaid anthology. We hope you guys are getting your hands on a copy of this today and checking it out. We would love to hear what you think. If you totally love our stories, feel free to DM us. If you are reading it and you want to live DM us, I don't know about the other ladies, but I adore when people are live DMing me reactions as they're reading. So feel free to DM me, probably the other gals too. We're going to have a lot of fun going through all 6 stories of the Deep Mermaid anthology. And we would love to hear what you guys have to say about that. Julie is here in the comments saying that we rock. Thank you, Julie. You rock as well. We definitely need to get all of us on screen at once, because I feel like that would just be so much fun.
Chaos.
Glitter chaos. The glitter, the sparkles, the claws. It would be great. All right. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We do appreciate you being here. Before we go, we do want to let you know where you can find us. So, Elle, go ahead and give us your wrap-up and let everybody know where they can find you on social media.
You can find me on Twitter at Elle Beaumont, and you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Elle Beaumont Books.
Fantastic. Amber, where can everybody find you?
I am on Twitter at AmberR_Duel, Instagram at AmberRDuel, and Facebook AmberRDuel Author.
Fantastic. And I'm KM Robinson. You can find me at kmrobinsonbooks.com and at KM Robinson Books on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. You can also hit up my YouTube channel, which has rebroadcasts of all of my live broadcasts here on Facebook Live and Instagram Live, as well as pre-recorded fan Q&A behind the scenes. There's trailers. There's all sorts of fabulous things, and I would love for you guys to check it out over on YouTube. Now, quick shout out, because we can. If you guys are on BookBub, we have some really cool projects in the works that we are doing specifically for BookBub. We would love for you guys to come follow us over there as well. So if you could look us up over on BookBub, Amber R. Duel, Elle Beaumont, and KM Robinson, we would appreciate it. And stay tuned, because we have some really cool things coming very, very soon that you guys are going to love. It may involve books, it may involve some behind the scenes, it may involve some fun events, and we would love for you guys to be a part of it. So make sure you are following us on our social media platforms, because we are going to bring you all the latest, greatest breaking news on what we are doing. Currently top secret. You guys are the first to hear that something is in the works. We would love to have you join us. And of course, make sure that you take the time today to get your hands on a copy of the Deep Mermaid Anthology by KM Robinson, Elle Beaumont, Amber R. Duel, and E.J. Hagedorn. 6 stories, 4 amazing authors, incredible artwork. We would love for you guys to get your hands on a copy of that. You can actually get that by going to ofthedeep.crescentseapublishing.com, which I thought I had on my screen, but I apparently do not. So apologies. ofthedeep.crescentseapublishing.com to get your hands on a copy of it. It is available everywhere books are sold, and our hardcover should be up soon. because we're waiting on the printer. As soon as that happens, it is gonna happen, guys. We are super excited. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you have a mermazing day, and we will see you again soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.